tell me how Sarah McLachlan plays a major role in saving DMC's life.
Yeah, if Sarah McLachlan was never born, I probably drunk myself to death. During those tours that we was going back and forth to Europe, it was really one of the darkest points of my life. So, to make the story, long story short, I flew in from Europe into JFK. I live in Jersey. So I'm already suicidal. I'm already pissed off. I'm already living with this feeling that I don't know what is making me not want to live no more. The travel agent has the guts, the balls, the gall to send me to JFK. So now I'm really pissed off. I get in the car at JFK, and the driver says, where you live at? Wayne, New Jersey. So we're off to Wayne, New Jersey. So we're driving, and every time we hit the stoplight coming out of JFK, I would see the driver look in the rearview mirror, and when I would look at him, he would turn his head. So that was the first stoplight. Second stoplight. So on the third stoplight, I guess he couldn't hold it in no more. He turns around to me and he goes, DMC, I'm not supposed to do this. I could get fired because you're not supposed to ask for autographs, but Run-DMC saved my life. And he gives me this long story about what my music did for me. And I'm like, yo, cool, whatever. I said, not only will I give you an autograph, I'll take a picture with you. She's like, really? So now he's lit, he's open. So we're driving. So because I'm a rapper, we're here in New York City, the first thing he says is, can I turn the radio on? And I'm like, cool. So because I'm a rapper, he turns it to Hot 97. That was the last thing that I wanted to hear in the state that I was. And I was like, please turn it to anything else except that crap. Like, I was gone. So he turned it to Light 10 FM. And on the radio was Sarah McLachlan's Angel. And that piano and that, we're in the arms of an angel. Something in me said, Darryl, you may feel like killing yourself. You may feel like you're at the worst point in your life. But if something this beautiful exists in this world, this is one good reason to stay alive. So for one whole year, all I did was listen to Sarah McLachlan records. Because that was, out of everything that I was feeling and going through, that was the only thing, understand what I'm about to say here, that was the only thing that made me feel good. That record was the only thing. I mean, I listened to that record when I went to the gym. You might be thinking I'm listening to Planet Rock or some Madonna or some Michael Jackson. No, it was in the arms of an angel. So that record saved my life. That was the only, understand what I'm saying here. It wasn't the rapping, the alcohol, the money, the fortune, the fame. The only thing that made me feel good in life was Sarah McLachlan's record. It didn't stop there. So Running would come pull up to bring me on tour. And I would come out my house and say, yeah, only way I'm getting in that car if y'all played the Sarah McLachlan record. Running Jay would be, man, get the fuck out of here. We ain't playing that bullshit, whatever. I would take my bags and go back in my house and shut the door. So Eric would have to come knock on my door, yo, D, okay, D, you can play your record. So they had to live with that. At the end of that year, Eric, who's my best friend, he's outside, who was managing Run-DMC, him and my publicist was like, yo, D's bugging out, there's something wrong with him. Let's keep him busy. Because they knew something was wrong with me. Let's keep him busy because he really might try to kill himself. So my man Eric comes to me and says, yo, D, we going to LA. We going to Clive Davis Grammy party. And he pulls these 2 tickets out. And I look at him, I said, fuck Clive Davis, fuck the music industry, fuck you, fuck all of this shit. I'm going back in the house to listen to my Sarah McLachlan record. And the only reason I went to this Clive Davis Grammy party is because my best friend Eric, he looked at me, and you know how big Clive Davis Grammy party is, right? He looks at me with these 2 tickets and he says these words to me. He says, I worked real hard to get these tickets. And I'm looking at him in the midst of all my despair, and I go, this dumb motherfucker probably done sold his soul to the devil just to go to Clive Davis Grammy party. So set change, we go to Clive Davis Grammy party. And Eric's funny, he tells me wear the hat. The Run-DMC hat. The Run-DMC hat, they will tell God and Jesus and Moses, step to the side, you can't come in, come on in, DMC. So we go to the Clive Davis Grammy party and it's crowded up front at the Beverly Hills the Beverly Hills Hotel, right? And it works. The bodyguards see me. It's 300 people. Move out the way. Come on in, DMC. So I go on the Clive Davis Grammy party, and Eric goes, yo, go do the red carpet. He's trying to play manager. I said, Eric, I only came here because you sold your soul to the devil to come here. I said, I'm sitting here for 1 hour, and then I'm going back to my room to listen to my Sarah McLachlan records. So he's trying to be the manager, and I just go, this is in the book. I go 59, 58, 57, the countdown has begun. So he walks away. I take a chair, like you're sitting in, Justin, and I put it right by the door, and I'm waiting. In 1 hour, I'm going back to my room. That was the only thing that made me feel good. So I'm sitting there, and the last person in the world I ever wanted to see walks in, Busta Rhymes. And you know how Busta, he brings all, I don't want to be seen, I'm just here for Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is hip-hop personified. They didn't just change the world with music, they changed fashion, the relationship of black and white people, and Busta's illin'. And my whole time I'm going, oh, why did I have to see this in my effort, this and that, and this and this? So Busta comes over, he leaves. True story. Stevie Wonder comes in with his posse. Stevie doesn't see me. That's a joke. Stevie doesn't see me. Stevie doesn't see me, but his boy does. So his boy, who really wanted to meet DMC, does this with Stevie. Say that's me sitting there. So Stevie just coming in to be Stevie, and his boy sees me. His boy, Stevie, DMC, over here. So he comes over to me, and Stevie's walking over me, and I'm like, I hope Stevie Wonder walks into the fucking wall and busts his head. I mean, I'm gone. I'm bad. I hope he trips and falls in this and that. So Stevie comes over, hey man, this and that. He walks away. I'm sitting there. Guess who walks in? Sarah McLachlan. So she comes in, and I'm, that's that lady whose records say this and that. So I'm sweating and I'm bugging out. D, get it together. He said, D, just get up and walk over to her and tell her what her music does for you. So I get up and I approach Sarah McLachlan, and she sees me because I got the hat on. She said, DMC, Run-DMC, it's tricky to rock around, it's right on time, walk this way, my Adidas hood. So in my head, I'm going, oh, that's a good reason. See, Darryl, that's another good reason to stay alive. Even Sarah McLachlan likes your music. So I just go, Miss McLachlan, I just want to tell you, the name of the record is Angel. You sound like an angel. People say you're an angel, but you're more than an angel to me. You're God. I listen to your record every day. This and that is the crush that I stand on. It's the only thing that keeps me going. Boom, boom, boom. So I finished. So she's looking at me like this. So she looks at me, she says, thank you for telling me that, Darryl. That's what music is supposed to do. She shakes my hand and she walks away. And 3 years go by. Now, I'm already going through these feelings of suicidal thoughts. I'm alcoholic out my brain. I don't want to live no more. I'm living a frontin' life, running around trying to make Runnin' J happy, but everything's going wrong. Three years go by, and I say, all right, if I do die tomorrow, people know the DMC story. They know what Run-DMC did. They know what Russell and Profile and my Adidas, but nobody knows the little boy Darryl, who's just like any other kid in the world. So I say, you know what? If I, just in case the plane crashes or I do jump and die, I'm gonna write a book. And in the book, I want to say this. Yo, what's up, world? I'm DMC from the groundbreaking rap group Run-DMC. You know me, first to go gold, first to go platinum, first on the cover Rolling Stone, first with the Adidas deals, this and that. But I'm really just Darryl McDaniels from Hollis, Queens, New York, a normal little boy just like all the other kids in the world. And I was born May 31st, 1964. And when I got to that point of some of the information I was going to start the book with, I was like, May 31st, 1964? Let me call my mom's up to get more details about my birthday. So I called my mom's up. Hey, Mom, I'm going to write a book. I know my birthday is May 31st, 1964, but could I just get a couple of more details to make it interesting for the reader? So she says, okay, what do you want to know? How much did I weigh? She told me. What time I was born? She told me. What hospital? She told me. Thank you, Ma. I love you. Hang up. Boom. I'm getting there, getting the information ready to give to the writer that's going to help me write the book. An hour goes by. The phone rings. It's my mother and my father. Hey, son. Hey, Dad. How you doing now? I'm an alcoholic, suicidal, metaphysical, spiritual wreck who wants to kill himself right now. They go, we have something else to tell you. And this is what made the jump off of the book. We have something else to tell you. So I thought it was going to be something nostalgic and trivial. She goes like this. True story. Well, you was a month old when we brought you home and you're adopted, but we love you. Bye. Click. What does that word mean? And then that's when everything, that's when I said I'm gonna really kill myself. So that was the explosion that just let out all the feelings, all the emotions. That's when my world ended. When I found out at age 35, after rhyming my whole career. Y'all, Christmas just came at Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuff and macaroni and cheese. That was my life every day. Run couldn't believe it. It's Christmas at your house every day. Remember in 86, I did the rhyme, but my therapist said, D, back then your spirit was proclaiming, even you didn't know that you was adopted, your spirit was proclaiming your truth when I did the rhyme. Son of Byford, brother of Al. Banner's my mother and Run's my pal. It's McDaniels, not McDonald's. These rhymes are Darryl, those burgers are Ronald's. I ran down my family tree, my mother, my father, my brother. That was me in 86. I didn't rhyme about how much money I had. I didn't rhyme about my cars, my fortune, and fame. I rhymed about the most precious thing that any little boy or girl in the world could have, which was a family, not knowing that there was an other part to this story. So when I got that revelation that I was adopted, that changed my whole life, because not only am I frightened and living a lie right now, it made me realize that my truth, I thought my whole life started in Hollis, Queens, New York. I thought it starts right here with Byford and Banner and 197th Street in Hollis. No. A famous adoptee that wasn't celebrity famous, but famous to all of us adoptees, said this, and this was powerful for me. A famous adoptee who wasn't celebrity famous, she's just famous for saying this. She said, the reason why an adoptee should do a search for their biological parents and should be allowed to get that information is because of this. Besides medical reasons, you never start a book from chapter 2. I was living my life from chapter 2 of my story. When I was ready to jump, God, Buddha, Yahweh, the mighty one, the almighty one. When I said I'm going to kill myself, it was the gods, the powers that be said, nope, we have to let the revelation, we have to let it be known. This is like some superhero, some mythical story. When I was ready to go, my truth had to be revealed. You're adopted. Once she gave me that revelation, even though those emotions would stick with me, a peace came over me. Okay, and this was part of my peace. I'm Darryl McDaniels, who's DMC for Run-DMC, first to go gold, first to go platinum, first to Rolling Stone, this and that. Byford and Banner's my mother and father, Run's my pal, Jay's my friend, but I'm also adopted. It was a missing piece to my identity. But I still wasn't cured or healed, and there was still no closure. Now, I'm not only dealing with being an alcoholic, wanting to jump, now I'm dealing with the emotions about wanting to be adopted. That takes my drinking to a whole nother level. I told my wife, I'm celebrating my newfound identity. My wife, I love you women. Men should respect y'all more than just being the ones that allow us to enter this universe, because y'all are truthful. Y'all know what's real and y'all know the bullshit. My wife looked at me and she said, motherfucker, you're only drinking like you're drinking because you can't deal with the fact of the emotions that you just found out you was adopted. And when she said that to me, I sat there and I said, I really got to stop drinking. So I went to rehab to stop drinking. When I got into rehab to stop drinking, I discovered that I was OCD. I discovered that I have suppressed emotions in rehab, because when I went to rehab, it was easy to stop drinking. But my therapist said to me, Darryl, when I first got there, my therapist said, Darryl, during your time with Run-DMC, since you first started, remember, 84 and all of that, I was drinking the 40s, this and that, pancreatitis, then when the fame came back again, all the same issues was there. This wasn't new to me, and my therapist knew that. He said, Darryl, when I first sat down with the therapist, because I was like, this therapy shit is cool. So he asked me this simple question. He said, during your time with Run-DMC, did Run J. Russell or the record company or anybody around you ever do anything to get you upset? And I said, nah. My therapist, he sat back in the chair, he pushed his glasses up, and he looked at me and he said, you a goddamn motherfucking liar. And when he said that to me, all the memory, yeah, when Run used to do this, and Jay did this, and the record company did this, and Russell did this, and this and that. He said what I would do is something, I wouldn't express my truth to make me feel all right in these situations. When Run did something to piss me off, he said, all you had to do is be a man and tell him. You know, don't worry about what he's going to think. Just tell, you got to let those feelings out. If you hold them in, they'll destroy you. And it went back to all these issues. He said every time you didn't express your feelings, you tried to drown the feelings with the old English. And you was doing that your whole life until that pancreas organ gave out. But the organ of your brain and your feeling and your spirits and your emotions was still there. So that when we started with the reemergence of the Run-DMC with Down with the King and the Jason Nevins thing, now I'm back in the room with these record executives. And the music business is a cutthroat, lying-ass, backstabbing, foul motherfucking, I mean, the words can go on, and that's just the good part of it. That's a quote from somebody's book. But things would happen. He said, D, for instance, I said, there used to be times when, in the music business, you'll see dudes do something like this. Yo, let's not mess with him, man. Let's do this like this, and I'll give you a cut and this and that. He said, when you saw that way back then, all you had to do was go over to that person and say, excuse me, come over here. If you're going to work with me, so I feel good about this. I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own office and when you're making the deals, but when you're in my studio or my show or my tour, I don't want to see that shit because it don't make me feel good. Because I'm a good guy. I want to share. I want to. You give me $10 million, everybody in here can get $1 million. That's how I am. So he said, because you didn't express how you felt, you didn't express what was making you feel good, you changed your feelings to adjust to these people's feelings. So I found that out in therapy. And once I got to therapy, that was the realization that allows me to this day not take another drink again.